This is a surefire way on how you could lose a ton of money buying golf clubs. Hi everyone, my name is James Robinson, welcome back to this YouTube channel. I saw the other day on Twitter from My Golf Spy, who are doing fantastic work by the way, a set of new Honma golf clubs would set you back $65,000 for the full set. And I thought, I got a set of Honma golf clubs the other day from the guys at Golf Clubs for Cash in my mystery box challenge. And you know what? They were gold. So how much would these have been? Now, I don't think these would have been $6,000 each like the new ones are, but I don't think they would have been cheap. I think Honma's big premise, especially in the Asian market, is just make something as expensive as possible. So today we're going to test these and see just how good. That's even worse. That's why, or how bad they are. Obviously the guys at Golf Clubs for Cash aren't charging thousands of dollars for these. These would set you back, to be fair, still £249. So imagine when new, these would have been fairly expensive. I've got the 3-iron here, 3 wood here, should I say. Let's hit a couple down this fairway. See, when I tested this in the mystery box challenge, if you want to see that, it's linked in the description below. They actually stitched me up badly, but I struggled with it. The shaft's a little bit naff, is the only way I can really explain it. You'll see that it is a 3 wood at 43, got to be 43.75 length, 15 degrees of loft, stiff shaft, and a D0 weight. But it doesn't feel very premium for how much it should cost. I think someone's probably lost a lot of money on this when they did buy it brand new. They'll have bought it in the set because I can't imagine a 3 and a 5 would have miraculously found their way to Clubs for Cash. So, am I wrong? Should you spend that amount? If you've got that disposable income, should you spend it? Personally, I would spend my money on something else other than golf clubs, but I'm around golf clubs every day, all day. Look at that for a ball flight, by the way. How high's that gone? That's probably gone 160 yards, and it actually feels like the grip felt like it moved a little bit in the air there. I don't know if the grip's maybe not on all the way, but, and this isn't a slate at Golf Clubs for Cash. This is actually just showing that in the second-hand market, one man's rags is another man's riches. Let's hit another shot and see if we can maybe hit a slightly better one. That felt terrible. It felt like I didn't know where the club was. I don't know where the ball's gone, to be brutally honest. And this could, again, if you spent that money, are you going to get fitted for them? Because PXG used to do something like this. PXG, you could go and spend $20,000, $30,000. You would fly out to Scottsdale, you would have your fit in, your clubs would be there for you the next day, you'd go and play with them, you make sure they were right, and you'd retrofit them afterwards. The process was probably magical, and that was probably what you were paying for. You can pre-order these online, the new ones. You pre-order a driver that's $6,000. Absolutely crazy. I'd love to try one. Like, I'm not going to buy one for the sake of a video because I think that would be a net loss for the business, and that, unfortunately that's not how things work. But let's see if I can try. That's even worse. It feels like there's no torque in the shaft, so it just stays behind you. Like, if you look at the strike here, I mean, I'm a PGA Pro, I can hit a golf ball, I can hit a 3-wood. The ball was teed up here, and that's where we've gone. Now, it's not often I would blame equipment, but here, I'm going to give it a clean, but I am going to blame the club because certainly it doesn't feel fantastic. And if you would have gone and spent that amount of money on them brand new, and I've hit 2 shots like I've just done there, I imagine money's not probably a problem for you if you are spending that amount of money. It's got to be slightly different, hasn't it? But you go back and tell the wife, oh, how are your new clubs? I'm probably just going to trade them into Golf Clubs for Cash. You're going to make a huge loss, and that's why you could potentially lose a lot of money. Right, one more. We're going to try and flight this down, Bobby. Can we flight it down?
I'm not confident.
Give us the thumb. He's not confident, right. Don't know if it is moving that, you know. We're going to test the 5-wood in a second as well. A little bit better, but still not fantastic. Just really difficult here to try and gauge any kind of strike on it whatsoever. We're going to talk numbers for these clubs as well, so make sure you stay tuned to this video. That's why it broke. And if you do fancy them for £249, like I said, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So interestingly, I'd love to see these clubs maybe with a better shaft in here, maybe with a graphite design shaft or with the new KBS shaft that I've been using in my 3-wood and my driver, because it feels like the shaft fault, it feels like the shaft's problem, and if you could put a decent shaft in there, has the head got loads of technology to make it maybe a little bit thinner in the face? I know there's no COR restrictions on fairway wood, so potentially that could be what you're paying for. Could you get some mammoth ball speed with them, some mega low spin rate with the right shaft? Or are they just not very good for me, but could potentially be good for you? We're going to leave this here because Bobby's about to fall over walking backwards. Good effort though, Bobby.
Thanks.
So front to back dispersion, we've got one here, one there, and one. Like I said, I don't like blaming tools, but I do think that if you were on the Golf Tools for Cash website, if you were going to the store either at Warrington or at Edinburgh, I don't know why I clapped my hand then, but I did. Everyone clap your hands. But there's a lot more you can get for your value. Let's be fair, £500 for these two. So if you wanted 2 fairway woods for £500, there's a lot you could go for. Let's go with the 5 wood. Maybe it's just a 3 wood. Maybe the 3 wood's a little bit defective. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
But let's send some down here and see how they go. Defective. Right guys, we have some fine Yorkshiremen here and we're going to see what they think to the price of these clubs. So John, you like your golf clubs, don't you? So this is what we showed them now.
Oh, that's the marketing, is it? Whoa, that's the number.
This is the new generation.
So this is the old version of that.
Potentially.
Jesus!
And that's the Yorkshire colloquialism that we wanted. So, and I think there's a big thing here about, obviously in Asia, I think it's very different. I think a lot of people do just want something really expensive and really shiny. Would you use that 250 quid?
No.
Even if it worked? If it works really well?
I wouldn't give a fiver for that.
Right guys, let's test the 5 wood, let's see how it does. Hope it's better than the 3 wood. And you see guys, funnily enough there, I think there is a big culture difference. When I spent some time in South Korea, a lot of the people said, oh, you know what, we love the Honma stuff, there was actually another brand that was more expensive than Honma. Can it be proper gold though? Because gold's really heavy. Robbie wears a really big gold chain and he walks like this all day. So it's really interesting to see that you couldn't really have that on a golfer, could you? Especially in a shaft. But it was almost like the more expensive the clubs were, the higher up you were in society. And that's a very strange thing for our culture, but for their culture, I think, from the guy that I spoke to, the one person, it seemed very normal. Interestingly as well, you weren't allowed, or you weren't supposed to have a low handicap if you were a businessman. If you were a businessman over there, you were supposed to have a kind of mid handicap because it showed you could play golf, but you spent your time on your business, not on the golf course. Very interesting, I know. Right, 5 wood. The guys are behind me, they're going to have a laugh because this isn't going to go well, I don't think. The 3 wood went terribly. Can we get on this par 5? The head, Bobby, come here and look at this head. It's sat really upright. It's absolutely massive. You said it looked a bit like a Top Golf club?
Yeah.
On the head if we can. There we go, good lad. There's a meme there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Right, let's go, come on. What shape do you want? Cut! Oh, that's it. It's come back in the middle though, I think. And you see, you can't really dictate where the start line is with these clubs because the shaft again has properly done it. Let's go again. We'll go fade again. I think it started so left because it's so upright, personally. That's a little bit better, but again, it's come right out of the heel. It's not come out of the middle of the face. It's still going to be short. It's not down there, I don't think. We'll go one more, but guys, let's jump in the studio. Let's see what the numbers say about these clubs. How consistent can they be? Guys, would you buy these clubs for potentially what's a little bit of a cut price from what they would have been brand new? Let's find out. That was a little bit better. That one was actually out the middle. Right, so numbers. We've already discussed out there that, look at that. Yeah. We've done a lot of discussing out there. Can the numbers rescue these clubs? Because for the price, again, these were going to be really expensive when new. Move this back here a little bit just so we've got some room. What would you expect from a 3 wood? 250-ish? It feels exactly the same as it did out on the course. I lose it with the shaft. That is, I mean, it's 200, but we've literally just been hitting a 6-iron 200 yards on another video. So realistically, I don't think, I mean, that's why. It broke. That's why it's felt brittle. I mean, I can't hit that again now, can I? No. Can you hear that? Yeah.
Now, as you can imagine, if you would have spent the money on this club, you would be quite annoyed. But luckily enough, Golf Clubs for Cash do have a nice, straightforward returns policy, so it wouldn't be an issue. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to steer clear of these clubs for now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, make sure you do hit that subscribe button if you are yet to. And I'll see you all at the same time tomorrow.